So I hear there's this new idea out there that the elderly, I do fall into that category. It kind of shocks me when I hear that I'm one of the elderly, but here I am. Uh, we should all go to work to support the economy. That's an idea that's not circulating in other Western countries. It's only circulating in the United States, which I find very interesting. Okay, so we should go to work so the young can stay alive through this pandemic, and then when it's over, I presume we should all drop out of the market and let the young come back in and take their jobs back, or unless we've all died as a consequence of being exposed to the COVID-19 virus. That's a hilarious idea. It's hilarious on several levels. First of all, many of us, people who are in the tech industry, people like myself, who is a creative person, I am a member of the Writers Guild of America, um, people who are in many industries that I knew of and cannot think of at the moment, but tech comes to mind instantly. They were pushed out of their jobs, middle management people as well. They were pushed out of their jobs in their middle 50s so they make room for younger people. Remember the younger people? Now the younger people are the age of my friends and myself when we were all pushed out of work. I think that's very, very interesting because the most important thing to know about capitalism, it's a very disposable ism. We're all disposable when it comes to capitalism, which is why I always loved Andrew Yang's idea, and I hope it gets incorporated in some way in the very near future into all the countries. What are they going to do with all that money if nobody is there to make them even richer? Yeah. So, I mean, I was part of an anti-age discrimination lawsuit that the Writers Guild brought against all the entertainment, all the NBC, ABC, all the networks, all the companies, studios, and all the agencies, because, and I was not even a heavy hitter. I was just there were Emmy award-winning writers. There were guys that had written MASH. There were white men too who couldn't get work. And I was just I wrote some stuff, but I wrote a lot of stuff that I was paid for that I didn't get credit for because I was a second or third writer on, and they just wanted to pay you, get rid of you, which is fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, of course, I would have loved to have continued working. I would have loved that. But they wanted kids right out of college. Again, and that was across the board that happened. Now, I think supposedly it's gotten better, but I don't see a whole lot of 70 and 80-year-old writers out there or directors doing anything. In Europe, that's happening. They have a different attitude in Europe, and they have a different attitude in Mexico. Mexico has absolutely no system for no social networks. What they have is family. So Mexicans, weeks and weeks and weeks ago, they just started shutting stuff down. They knew. There's no like, okay, I can't work. There's no unemployment insurance. There is health insurance, but all hospitals are limited. There's a point at which if the whole population gets sick, they can't take care of you, and they can't take care of you if you're not sick with the coronavirus. If you're just having a heart attack or you have a broken leg. So yeah, I like this idea that all the old people should go back to work, especially the ones who are tech savvy. There's a whole lot of us out there in their 70s and 60s who really don't know a thing about that and, gets stuck if their computer stops. They don't know they should just reboot it. In fact, they don't know what reboot is. So, yeah, that's a hilarious idea for an ageist country, which really shows you how ageist they are. Again, everybody's disposable. Now, I think the upside of this little pandemic we're in is it is showing large swaths of people what matters, and being productive doesn't matter. Loving your family, loving your dog, loving just being there is what matters. And I love the celebrities that are doing just what I'm doing. I have like 28 subscribers. They got like 28 million. They The ones that have nothing to say are really interesting. But the late night show guys that are out there still doing their shows, and maybe they have their family. There are people like Trevor Noah, who's single. This is my life. It's no big deal for me to social distance. This is my life. I'm a single woman in my late 70s. I've been a writer my whole life. I'm used to being alone. Believe me, I'm happy. I have a dog, and even my dog gets tired of me sometimes. So I just wanted to make a little comment on how hilarious an idea it is that we should put the elderly. Can't believe that's what I am. I'm the elderly. The elderly. to work so that we can die and be piled up in a giant grave, so that young people can go to work. Listen, this is a pandemic. It ain't going to go away. We might flatten the curve and we will see it go away, but then we have to know it's out there, just like polio was out there. And I am of the age of remembering polio. It came and it went, and it came and it went, and it came and it went. And you know what? We lived with it, and some of us didn't. I've had at least one friend who had polio as a child, and I had another friend who didn't make it. So I hope you all make it. Anybody who's watching, I know I'm going to make it, and I'm certainly going to be productive. Right now, I think I might bake a cake. Love you. Thanks for stopping by.